According to MicroStrategy's CEO, they might actually be forced to sell some of their Bitcoin if a particular scenario is reached, and we are marching into that scenario. So let's talk about what that scenario is and exactly how close we are to it. Now, what Phong Le, who is the CEO of MicroStrategy, and yes, correct, it is not Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is the executive chairman of the board. So what Phong Le said is if the value of our company falls below a measurement of 1, we'll talk about that equation in a second, but if the value of our company falls below 1, and also our ability to raise capital it becomes harder and harder and we can't do it anymore, then we may be forced to sell Bitcoin. And that's a problem because they own over 630,000 Bitcoin to the tune of about $53 billion. Now let's explain this whole measurement of 1 valuation that I just mentioned. This is something called MNAV, as you see right here. This is an equation where it is essentially measuring how much is the value of our company worth against the value of the Bitcoin that we hold, as well as our various debts and other obligations like dividend payouts. So if this equation you see right here is at or above 1, things are really good for MicroStrategy. It means that they can raise money very easily. Bitcoin's doing well, their stock's doing well. However, if this value is currently below 1, which it is right now at 0.87, this means that the value of the Bitcoin that they hold is worth more than the value of the company, and that is not a good or healthy position to be in. And things that make MNAV go below 1 are things like the price of Bitcoin falling, the price of MicroStrategy stock to fall, as well as, rates increasing and just global liquidity levels starting to dry up. And over the past couple months, this is MicroStrategy's stock performance, just called Strategy now, but MicroStrategy is a better name, hasn't been good. And neither has Bitcoin's over pretty much that exact same time period. So the first of 2 scenarios have been and are currently being met that could force MicroStrategy to start selling some Bitcoin, which is that their MNAV, the valuation of their stock against their Bitcoin, is below 1 in a very unhealthy situation. The other situation that would be the next thing that would trigger MicroStrategy to maybe have to sell some of their Bitcoin is their access to liquidity to raise capital to go out and do things like buy Bitcoin and to pay off their debts and to pay out dividends would start drying up. And hey, guess what? Free money out of Japan, which has been the world's largest #1 source for liquidity to do such things, is going away and drying up. Global liquidity levels in economic, banking, and financial sectors are drying up. And we are walking into that exact scenario. So I'm not saying this to FUD, but I am telling you that we are getting closer and closer to a scenario where MicroStrategy might, keyword might, have to sell some of their Bitcoin.